Welcome to the Delco Nerd Network podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Rigucci, and here with a few friends in the Delaware County area, we get in a basement and we talk about a certain topic. Today's topic, Celebration of Thrones. Here to discuss, of course, co-host Chris Trio.
What's going on?
And two newcomer guests, Christian Super, John Hughes. Welcome.
First ones I've brought on.
Yeah.
Actually.
No help from me.
No, none at all. Because I thought you guys would probably be the best.
So I figured we'd skip what we're doing because this could be a pretty
lengthy conversation.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. We're how many days out now, gentlemen?
That's just a deep hole to dive into right now.
How many days out are we? I can't remember.
What is that? April
14th?
14th? I thought it was 16th.
14th or 13th?
So today is the 24th. That's less than a...
We're less than a month. Yeah,
Less
we're
than
less
a
than a
month.
month out.
We're like 36
Math
or
skills.
something.
Everyone's math skills.
I mean, I don't know. There's how many days a month? Yeah, but that's insane. We're in the last season. There's 6 episodes, and we wanted to celebrate it. I mean, we love this show, right? I mean, God.
Honestly,
And
Damn
they already released the air times.
Yeah, which I'm a little bit disappointed with. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, you look at that and you're just like, I wish every episode was 2 hours. You don't want
No,
an hour and a half. Then just be open with it.
I
get
that. I'm gonna
it
go
gets longer
but
as it goes. Those last episodes are the long ones, and I think that's what counts. You know?
Yeah, but make it 8 episodes then. I don't know. Anyways, we're here to celebrate it. I don't care. Whatever the season's gonna be, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. We were here to talk about what was our favorite parts of the show, though, also, and what we really loved about it.
Before we get into it, I just kind of wanted to set where Game of Thrones kind of came from. I feel like maybe early 2010s when these really big shows, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, and Game of Thrones, all kind of started around the same time.
Sure.
And obviously Walking Dead is still going and kind of not doing well. Breaking Bad ended very well, and now the third hitter of those big shows that kind of all came out at the same time, Game of Thrones is finally ending.
Yeah. And it is amazing that it's having an ending. It was funny. I was talking to my brother last night in the bar. He's like, dude, they're rushing it. I don't like it. These little episodes. I'm like, but I want it to go out on a high.
They said they weren't going to rush as much as the last
I was like,
season.
I totally disagree. We got a year off.
No, well, but it's not even the rush. I think it's that there's less seasons, I guess, in there. And people feel like there's more they could take from the books, obviously. But you don't want to draw out, right?
See, Dark Knight, I just always come back to the reference of the Dark Knight. You either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the bad guy. We've seen that with The Walking Dead and with their trying to do a spin-off with, Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Which, personally, not a big fan of.
No,
I feel like they're kind of beating that horse and they're just waiting for the legs to fall off right now.
Well, even with The Walking Dead, do you still watch Walking Dead?
Nope, not at all.
So I'm the only one who's still up to date with it. Why I watch it, I don't know. It's I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see it till its end. It's really where I'm at.
You're invested right now.
And a lot of the main actors are they've become bigger than the show. Denai Guerrera recently, so she plays a character in Black Panther, the Dora Milaje girl,
his bodyguard.
Yeah. So
really badass.
Yeah, she's got a big fucking role, and of course that's gonna open more pathways up for her.
Yeah.
But she just announced this season, and I think the next season, whatever they do, is gonna be her last, and she's gonna walk away from the role. But they're probably not gonna kill her off because they didn't kill off and he's gone.
Yeah.
Lauren Cohen, who plays Maggie on the show, walked away and they didn't kill her off. It's just these actors are gonna want to go on to do other things, and if Game of Thrones just went on for season after season, that would eventually happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's good to see it's ending and we're gonna get this cool resolution.
And a big example
was good enough.
That's true.
True.
Yeah,
but also filming TV shows, you are fucking in that shit for 9 months.
9 months out of the
year,
especially with Game of Thrones, something like that. That shit's insane. And even how much do they film? How long do they take to film Flash seasons and Arrow?
Literally the entire year.
Yeah. So
that's a year-long job where you get benefits. All of your everything you're getting paid.
So I mean,
and
the stars
that's over. So it's you're probably really hoping for a job that can go as long as possible.
You brought up the Flash, and people have walked away from that. Victor Garber, who the Titanic, the guy who plays the violin.
Yeah.
That's Victor Garber, and
Okay.
he's on the Flash. And he plays a character, and he was just like, yeah, I want to go do other things. Just kill me off.
Yeah.
Like that's really what happened. Like they wrote him.
He was one of the best. Oh god, I loved him. And even dude, an example of like just the show going way too long and just losing its luster for me was Dexter. I don't know if you guys.
I think that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Have
It's just really. The last two
thing.
seasons
Yeah.
are just so bad, and I don't know if that was part of like the show's going too long or anything because it's 7 seasons, just like Game of Thrones has. But I just feel like Game of Thrones has done it so right, and I cannot wait to fucking see how this pays off. And I want to see how it pays off. I'd rather be excited than wanting less.
So what's first on your list? Let's go in order, I guess.
All right.
Or Super's list.
Well, this is this is Super.
I don't take credit. His
my questions, he
Google
wrote it down.
Docs, and I just wrote some
His
down.
gorgeous handwriting, may I say. So first question on the docket. Who do you guys think is going to die first in the last season? Major main character wise that we would even care about.
I have an unpopular opinion, but I'll wait.
All right.
John, you want to go first?
Yeah. I'm not even sure it's gonna come in the first 2 episodes. I think
That's an
it's
interesting
gonna be
point.
a lot of
I think it's solid.
stage setting and a lot of reunions and shit like that.
Going off of that, I could see like 3 characters dying in the same episode.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be.
Just consider the magnitude of the battle that's gonna obviously ensue up
Yeah,
there.
that we know.
Winterfell.
Yeah, we know about this huge battle episode
we
that's
see
breaking
Jaime on the
records.
embattlements of fucking Winterfell. Then we see Jorah on his horse with what is that? Heartsbane.
I think so.
Something
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
that.
because he
giant
doesn't have
handle
long. I
and
know he
built-
doesn't have Longclaw.
No, because
Yeah.
he let Jon keep that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he needs Valyrian steel, and Sam's not a fighter, so it's not like he's gonna carry around Heartsbane.
Now that I say that, I think the first episode they're gonna want to start fast, and I think it's gonna be like.
I'm changing the answer.
I'm just changing my answer. So I think they're gonna start.
Dead.
I think they're gonna start fast from the wall falling, and it's got to do something with like Tormund running.
I was gonna
and
say
then
Tormund.
escaping,
Yeah.
That was
essentially.
So
Who's
you
on
guys think
top of the
Tormund does make it out of that?
embattlements?
I think they make it out, but I think it's not gonna be major deaths, but you're gonna see a lot of people like die running.
Yeah, no, and I mean, what's the insane battle they keep talking about? Do you think you just brought it up? The one like that's apparently supposed to be the biggest one ever committed to the screen.
Yeah, we don't
They're
know.
just-
We
don't
don't
even
know.
know. We don't know that, but like
I think it's
that's
the
supposed to
battle
be even
at
longer than the
Winterfell.
battle.
Yeah,
of
it's
I
probably
think it's the Battle of Winterfell. Is what it's
Yeah.
But I think we're probably gonna get like maybe 4 deaths in that episode. But who I don't
Oh,
know who. I guess major death. Yeah, I think Tormund's dead. To be honest, or I think
That's
they
what
should.
I said.
Yeah, I think
That's what
Tormund's
I said,
probably
yeah.
dead.
Oh,
There.
and that
And like he is
Yeah.
the first death that we know, but then again he did
It's such
die
an
off
unpopular
screen,
opinion. Yeah.
or he would have died off screen. So I don't know how
It's
they have
until
to
you see a
confirm that.
body. Until
Exactly.
you see a body.
No,
with some
exactly.
TV shows.
Well, he's confirmed to survive the wall because we see him at Winterfell later.
Do we see him in the
Yeah, he's
Oh, you
just
do?
standing there with everyone else in the front of
Oh,
the
I didn't know
army.
that.
And that's
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
And what's
Are you
the,
sure? I
yeah.
didn't see that in the trailer. Interesting.
Yeah, and what's the other dude's name? That's
Beric.
Beric Dondarrion.
No.
Eric Dondarrion.
Because it ends with
Fucking
Tormund and Beric
the
on top of the
Night's
wall.
Watch, the leader. Who's that right
Oh,
now?
I can't remember his name, but I know you're
John's
talking
friend
about.
that he left
Yeah,
in
what's his-
charge.
what's
Yeah,
his-
I
the one
can't
he-
remember.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, him. Yeah.
The guy who lets
He was
Bran
there
back
then,
in.
with him.
Yeah, he's back there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you'd think everyone has to leave Castle Black now because, you know, everyone came through the wall at Eastwatch by the Sea. What's the point of everyone staying at Castle Black?
No, exactly. They all have to retreat.
They
They
might
might
as
as
well
well
all
go
just
back.
like, they're gonna be like,
rejoin everyone else
yeah,
at Winterfell and like regroup
Guys, there's
in
a
a big
gigantic
Exactly.
hole, yeah.
They're gonna all like show up and be like, "Yeah, we didn't think it was even worth trying."
Yeah.
Eastwatch. We saw what happened to that. I didn't think Castle Black was gonna fare.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they all just would go through that one hole anyways, too. Yeah, but
All right, so that no one really answered it. So the first major like
True,
who do
we
you
didn't.
think-
That's fair.
No,
No,
he
no.
kind of did. He said Tormund.
I thought it was
believe
Tormund,
to
yeah.
be possible
So you said
Tormund.
Tormund.
yeah.
Yeah, just because, you know,
But-
every character I've fallen in love with usually dies, and I've fallen in love with Tormund, and he's been around for far too long.
Trying to think who was like another maybe.
I'll come out of left field, Melisandre. Just come out of left field.
Ooh, well, she does have to die, and so does Varys. Varys.
Why does Varys have to die?
Remember,
Her
she's
little,
standing on top of the mountain, and
oh, yeah,
Varys goes to talk
yeah.
to her, and he says, "You invited the King of the North, and here he is, and now you hide on top of a mountain, and you won't go say hi." And she's like, "Well, last time I saw him, shit didn't go too good. If I see him again, things will probably go even worse, so I'll stay up here."
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, we gotta remember there's like these characters who like, you know, I mean, maybe Melisandre can fight with magic, I assume
I don't think
she
we've
could.
seen the true power of like a servant of the Lord of Light besides them just bringing
and the
people
necklace
back. And the neck, obviously, yeah.
So
with
who
the
knows?
age.
Oh, that was.
Let's
crazy.
not think about it. Terrible.
You just
mind
brought it up
images.
and you put it right back in my head.
I actually haven't
How
thought.
can
I
you
thought
not
about
think
that in a
about it?
while.
I haven't either, so thanks
It's
for that.
good to
Christian.
mentally block those kind of things out.
Oh man, that's awful.
So your pick's Melisandre?
Yeah, I feel like we do have some minor characters that we can't forget about, and like Sam's kind of major, but like he's more minor than he is a major character. His wife, his baby, like
Oh
It's
yeah,
not his baby.
I think he's more of a. I think he's a pretty major
I don't know
character.
that-
I think
Sanjay.
Endgame he's the one writing the book.
That is a big
Oh,
theory.
this
yeah.
is Sam's recount
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
second long
Yeah,
night
that could
in
be
his
insane.
maester's book.
So
that's
wait,
gonna
in the
put
book, is it
Citadel.
narrated by someone?
See, that's what no one.
I don't know. I've never
That-
read
it's
the book.
ju-
I'd have
that's-
to talk
Yeah,
about
I was gonna
that.
say,
I don't
how
think
is
it
it
is set up like. I
structured?
think it's just structured like a regular book. Like you are
Like,
just the omnipotent
you're
viewer.
there.
Quick
Yeah,
sidebar.
yeah,
I refuse to read those books until he finally finishes the series because I don't want to get invested in the storyline he has going and then not be able to finish it.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
I probably I'm not a huge reader of books. I
But I read Lord of the
comics.
Rings and that's fantastic. If you
Yeah.
can read The Hobbit and then the Lord of
I've
the
read The
Rings
Hobbit.
trilogy, yeah, definitely go right into the
Those are
Fellowship and the
supers.
Two Towers. Amazing,
Bread and
absolutely
butter.
amazing.
So what's your pick?
I already said.
Oh, you're gonna go
Tormund.
Tormund.
So
You
okay.
were Tormund.
Yeah, I'm
Go
going
to.
Tormund.
Did you answer? Go to yours. Come back to me.
All right. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be Tormund. I think Major Death. Like I don't know. I wouldn't consider him to be like a major.
I guess yeah. I mean more.
Like
I guess death we care about. I think.
I think-
guess should be more of the question. I guess.
Well,
opposed-
I'm gonna say.
A
But
lot
even
of
like-
people are gonna die.
I think.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know,
maybe
I'd say-
Jorah. I'm gonna say maybe Jorah more.
I love Jorah.
I think he's gonna
Yeah.
die. First.
I
do
really
love
like
Jorah,
Jorah
too.
Mormont.
I think he's
Like,
gonna-
I don't know what it is about him. I think it's because he's just he's all
constantly shit on. Like just got the
not
Yeah.
shit on. Dude, like
How
from
painful must that?
from square one, like he just really has the bad end of the.
But he
you know,
really
Yeah.
earned his
shit
way
here.
back into the good graces.
Well,
Yeah,
that even-
like, someone in power. He really.
That's
he
a really
really
good
came
segue
full
into another
circle.
question that I have, but I want to keep going on this one. Continue, John. And was that it? Just you think Jorah? All right.
Sure.
And
I
it's
think that
gonna-
would make a lot of
I think
sense.
it's gonna be. I'm gonna flip back to. It's gonna be the third episode.
It's gonna be a third.
Episode
I think
3,
he's
minute
just gonna be,
42.
He's gonna be the
Seventh
first
son in
one
the
to
sky.
die in the battle. That's major.
Okay. All right.
Fair enough.
All right. See, I don't know if you consider her a major character now. I can't believe Gwendolyn Christie. Who's she play? What's her name?
Brienne of Tarth.
Brienne of Tarth.
Ooh.
She's
I consider her a major character.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. I would.
I mean, I think
I
there's
think
a chance.
what's going on between her and Jamie makes her a serious character in all this.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Yeah, who knows? Whatever. Yeah. So you guys, on that note, you guys think Jamie is going to Winterfell like that?
Oh,
right?
yeah,
100%.
Oh,
You
yeah,
think that's for
yeah.
sure
Well,
what
you
he's
see him
doing?
on the embattlements
Yeah.
in the trailer, so I mean that's kind of like a given.
Okay.
Yeah, I
He
think
can
I think
only
it's
be
pretty
heading
clear.
Hopefully they're
Yeah.
not pulling like a Marvel and just like.
Well, I mean, he
showing
could-
stuff that's
false
not-
scene.
See,
Yeah.
here's the thing about that. I feel like they're the only ones to do that kind of thing, and you should actually maybe some dialogue is cut out of context or something.
Yeah.
But I think those scenes are pretty legit. But I mean,
They
we
throw
have
out the
gotten
scent a little bit,
rumors
yeah.
of reports that they did film scenes of the show that weren't real endings or weren't ever in the show to throw people off. But
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna make a trailer.
I
out of
think
that.
they might have
Because-
CGI'd out riders on the back when they
Yes.
were doing that thing.
I've heard
flying
that.
through
Yeah, I
the,
think you're right on that
There's
one.
a chance,
There's
yeah.
a good chance.
It's
I've heard it speculated that it's going to be John's first riding lesson.
all right. Now grip the. Oh shit!
Yeah, he's going to be
Like
on
that.
the back of Rhaegal, his dad.
Is it Rhaegal? I thought it was Ray.
No, it's
Rhaegal.
Rhaegal, Viserion, and Drogon.
Yeah.
Her brother,
And
her
Viserion-
other brother,
Viserion-
and then Drogon.
Viserys dead. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Ice.
a
yeah.
white.
A white.
Yeah, now he's a
Poor
white.
guy. Okay. Other question. Does the White Walker dragon breathe fire or breathe ice?
Ice fire.
Good.
Ice
Good.
fire.
You said fire? Wrong. He's dead. He's white. There's no way.
Yeah, it's
Because the way he
fire.
blows down
it's
that.
blue ice fire.
I don't even
Ice
think it's
fire.
I think it's totally unrealistic that
Oh, what do
if
you
it
mean ice
were
fire?
supposed to be
Like,
like
does it
natural,
freeze stuff?
How does it blow down the wall then?
Because it's magic.
It's just it's
the
so
wall itself is magic.
So then
it
it's
was
like-
its
built
breath
with
is so
magic.
powerful that it literally just because it doesn't look like it's melting it. It looks like it's pushing, breaking down the
Yeah,
wall.
it's
to
like
me.
equally
Yeah,
powerful
dude, you
magic.
can't just melt ice that thick.
It looks like it's almost like you're an insane type of power washer.
Well,
like
it
that.
didn't melt because there'd be tons of
See, but I don't think it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be ice. Is the idea like ice? I mean, you've seen ice dragons before.
Well,
I'm sure. Honestly, I'm sure it's not going to be explained.
Oh, of course.
I mean,
but these are the questions that keep me up at night.
Yeah, I can agree with that because as you see, the wall kind of just implodes on itself.
Yeah,
and
falls.
crumbles.
Yeah.
If it was hot, you'd expect to see like a bunch of steam, and then giant deluges of water hit the army of the dead as the wall melts in front of them.
Good. Now
but we
we've
don't
sort
see
of
any of that. Everything just kind of crumbles down and falls.
Now that we've gotten to the real questions,
it was a hot debate. I like when that first happened. Like people were talking about.
People were like, fire ice.
What's going on? But getting back to Jorah on the note of his redemption. What is your favorite redemption arc so far of this entire series?
Jamie.
Like, Jamie?
Sandor Clegane.
Whoa.
Found himself.
That's
man.
actually a really good one.
I don't really think he's redeemed himself just yet. He's a piece of shit still.
No.
I think he's still a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit, but he's not a bad guy. He's still a piece of shit.
He's not a bad guy, but he's very jaded.
I think that's
from
actually
what's
a good way to
going
put
on
it
in his life.
Yeah,
I think that could explain why he's still, a piece of shit.
I'm gonna come out of left field and say Joffrey.
Please do tell.
Please only name
to this death.
To this death. Please let me know.
No. Redemption arc. That's a good one.
So really, there's Jamie.
There's
Yeah,
Jamie.
it's not
There's
too much.
Sandor. I mean, I don't know if you.
Jorah, Sandor, Jamie,
Tyrion.
Three.
I was gonna. That's what I was gonna say. Does Tyrion?
degrade?
Yeah,
That's what I thought. Like,
But I mean, Tyrion never really started out as like a despot who was drunk with his
True,
own
but like
power.
he definitely liked his family a little bit more than me.
And I think that's just the nature of a Lannister in general. I don't think you can.
I don't know.
fault
Would
him
you
for
consider
that.
Jon Snow
No,
redemption?
he was
He's a
a
bastard,
yeah,
he
because
comes
no one.
back and-
If you watch
yeah.
the beginning of that show, and my mom's
he's
been
still the same guy
rewatching
he was-
it,
he was
and you
before.
kind of come in like nobody likes Jon
Yeah.
Snow.
everyone hates him.
So
Yeah.
it's a
Nobody
redemption.
likes him.
But I don't think that's not the same.
That's not really
but
a
we
redemption,
you
in my
it's
opinion.
I think
It's
a
not the
redemption.
same. I
You
see what you're
didn't
saying.
like Jamie at the beginning.
No,
Right?
No one did.
No
you
one
but did you like John?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So my
You
idea
might
is
have liked Jorah at the beginning.
I get that.
How
No,
does
no,
that,
no.
like,
I still think that you're going after the question here. The idea is I'd say a majority of people did dislike Jamie at the beginning of the season.
and they just
Correct.
the Hound.
They
also,
just- they
because,
most-
he
I don't
kills
know.
the
I get
little
it's a
kid.
little bit.
He runs him
John,
down and he
come
says,
on,
"Ah,
you're
well,
just
he
being
should've
difficult
run
to be
faster."
difficult right now.
don't
Most
think
people,
so.
I'd
Look at
say
that smirk.
majority.
You
Yeah,
know
like you're
he's
just
being
doing.
difficult
I
to
don't
be
think I'm
difficult.
We'll lay out. Fine. Do you want to add John into it? You can pick. I mean you can
you're-
pick John.
No,
sure,
I'm
but
just saying.
You can
I
have
get it,
your
you're being
pick.
that-
You can have your-
You're saying
What's
like you
your
have to hate
reason,
the
though?
person at the beginning, and I'm saying.
I'm saying that's
Isn't
definitely
that
a big
the point
part of
a
it.
redemption? Though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
And
Is
I
to
think
either
so,
not
like-
like them or not think
No,
anything
no,
of them,
no.
and then to go to like.
all right. That's what we
higher.
mean by redemption
the
in this.
character has
thing then.
has like something like a fault or whatever, or like
And
they
then-
they come back and they prove themselves worthy and they scrub out the past or whatever.
See, I think that's more of an underdog than a redemption
like,
story. Like
maybe
you are.
What redemption?
John
I think now we're getting into
redeems himself in the eyes of the people, but not in
the eyes of the viewer. Yeah, exactly.
We were always with John.
Yeah.
Like
For
I
the
don't think
most
I
part.
ever was like, wow, Jon Snow's a piece of shit.
Shit, I
Like,
hate
nobody
Jon.
ever
Yeah.
said that ever.
Or even Ned. Like you, like a lot
Well,
of
I
people
was
are
never that way
said.
with Tyrion, honestly.
Well, I'm trying to think.
I
That's
don't
what.
think I ever disliked Tyrion. Like maybe some of the choices he made, but I would never.
and
was
maybe
like,
some of the comments that he made, maybe you were like,
Yeah,
he
see,
could be,
especially in the
beginning.
beginning.
Some of me
beginning,
remembers at the beginning not liking him a little bit, but now I'm so overpowered by loving him throughout the whole rest of the series that when I go back and watch the first season, I'm like, he's just being dick old Tyrion. He'll be fine.
Well, see,
So,
I
like-
think at the beginning they just show you how cocky and Pompsy he is for being a little guy, and then they slowly
A little boy.
They slowly start showing you how his family constantly belittles him. He's always made fun of. No matter who he meets, someone's always got to laugh at him or stare at him, put him down
it's true.
for himself.
So okay.
So you can understand why he's always joking, not serious, kind of a little larger than life.
because he is a joke.
Would Sansa's
Exactly,
be
he
a
feels
redemption
like a
because
joke.
you started out and you hated Sansa at
That's a good
point.
question.
Sansa, I feel
That's
like
good
there's a
point.
very half.
That's a
I
good
feel
But
like
that's
people-
weird because then it's like she just got punished and you're like now that she.
No, that is.
I don't
See,
know.
no, that's
No,
it.
because at the
But no,
beginning
that is a
she
fuck.
was- Okay,
No,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
she's. But at the beginning, see, I don't think it's in the because I didn't hate her in the same way that I hate like Jamie.
I think people just don't like.
Just
Sophie
found her
Turner.
annoying at the beginning, like because she was a little 12-year-old, 13-year-old girl. Whereas Jaime pushes a little boy out of a window. Yeah.
And makes him a paraplegic.
And then it's just a piece of shit and just cocky as fuck. Then he finally gets his hand cut off. He gets his thing.
That's what really humbles him.
I think that's a good question, though, but I don't.
And I think in the eye of the viewers,
I gotta say Jaime.
There's a clear dislike with Sansa, and like it's either you like her or you don't, or you're just tolerate her. Like I wouldn't say I like Sansa.
I think she's a wild card.
She just kind of is there sometimes, and I feel like Sansa as a character just isn't
I think they've done a good job.
Clear on what she wants,
and that I think. The defining thing for her in the last season was killing, what's his name?
Joff.
Roose Bolton. No, not Roose.
Ramsay.
Ramsay. Well, Ramsay and also having what's his name executed? Littlefinger. Yeah, she actually knew, bitch, Littlefinger. I think that does show her allegiances and she's been soured. She's had one of the roughest experiences on the fucking show, and it's actually pretty terrible. So I
would say Theon had one of the rougher.
He definitely both have
he's
one.
Another one with the
maybe
redemption story.
Yeah. That's actually so true. I didn't even think about Theon.
A lot of the characters. I mean,
he hasn't really redeemed himself.
Not yet.
No, that's true. But he's
then again, that fight he has with the guy on the beach at
Euron
at Dragonstone. No. The guy that he's
fight Euron.
And when he's just doing the one-on-one fight with the other Ironborn guy, who's we're heading out of here. We're going back to the Iron Islands, and he's like, nah, we're getting Yara.
Yeah.
And they're all like, well, why should we follow you? You fucking let Euron take Yara. And then they do the fist fight, headbutts, kicks him in the balls. Now, does he have balls?
No.
I just don't think he has anything.
Doesn't he get kicked in the balls and then look at him because he laughs because he doesn't?
But I thought he just took away his,
No, I think because when he was like, if you don't pull your fleet out, we're gonna send you more bits of him. So he probably got and then.
Okay, yeah. So either way, in that scene, I feel like he's starting to redeem himself in that.
I think he's definitely
trying to be a man again.
And I mean, he did save Sansa. He did save Sansa. Also, I mean, that scene.
But he's let Yara down twice.
Yeah, no, it's true. But I did like that scene with him and Jon, and when he's like the only reason I'm not killing you is because what he did for her and all that. And I do think he's had some fucking great scenes.
What about in the throne room when Jon's like, or when he's talking to Jon, he's like, I need to go save her. I need to do it right now. And he's like, well, what are you doing sitting here talking to me? And he's like, yes, I need to go.
Yes.
What you doing talking?
It's like that's the push he needed. That's the push he needed.
Do it, Jon
Snow.
Yeah. Oh no, you lose after you leave.
Yeah.
He always says
Jon Snow.
Son of Ned
He's
Stark.
King of the North.
Yeah, he's King of the North. Jon Snow. Hello, I'm Jon Snow.
It's Jon Snow.
So what's next?
But
King of the North.
King of the North. All right. Yes. Who would this isn't barring any actual things factually that are going to happen. Who just would you want to see on the throne at the end? But if you could choose it, doesn't matter what's going to happen. Who do you want? Let's see Sam on it. Personally,
Tyrion.
I thought Sam.
Sam
Talley.
Tyrion.
Why?
I don't know why.
I think he's never happened. I heard what you said.
You guys are already getting into the fucking.
I heard what you said.
I know this can be your dream scenario, but it's not gonna happen.
He makes an interesting point. Sam is probably one of the best candidates for the King of Westeros.
To just actually, he's a good guy.
To be a good, fair leader, and that's why I picked Tyrion.
Yeah.
Because when he was doing his temporary, command of Marine, while Daenerys was off in Vias Dothrak after she was carried off by the dragons in the Colosseum.
You know names,
dude. He is
better
all over this.
Better than me.
Why do you think I asked him to come on?
So much.
I'm impressed.
And besides when the Masters came and brought all their ships in and attacked the city and attacked the temple and were throwing the fireballs and stuff. Beyond all that. He was a very, very competent leader, even though he couldn't speak the language. He didn't know any of the people there beforehand. He was able to go in there and rule efficiently and fairly with the people.
Didn't he tell Daenerys to attack fucking Casterly Rock? and then they got trapped, and it was like a terrible decision by him.
No, wait, was it the?
Yeah, but that was.
Yeah, but that's as a as an advisor of war, not as a leader.
Right.
I mean, not all kings are making
all
every.
his decisions were good.
Yeah, he wasn't hand of the
not...
king.
That's fair.
Just,
But,
he wasn't
again,
hand of
this
the,
is a dream
hand of the
sequence.
queen
Yeah.
when he was in
All right, well, I'm just trying to I'm thinking this is like movie fights. I'm poking holes at your vision.
This is not movie fights.
I'm just thinking that it's like, he's always been kind of in a seat of power, and he's always been looked down upon, and he's always wanted the people to be treated more fairly.
No, I think he's a great
Who
choice.
better to do it than him?
Yeah.
He knows what it's like to get shit on, just like the common people of Westeros, of Marine, of just
I really
else.
like your argument.
Thank you.
really
I
dig
appreciate
it.
that.
Yeah,
I thought about Tyrion long and hard for that.
I'm gonna go left field again.
Oh, Jesus.
I love John's left field.
I just want to be like
so interesting in John's mind.
I'm gonna
John's
go.
like,
There
Daenerys.
is no Iron Throne.
I don't
They
think that's out of
break
left
it
field,
up.
John. At all.
I think. I think they break it up and they just go back to like.
Each land has its own.
Each land
Yeah.
has its own thing.
I really don't think that's like
And
an
I
out of the
think
question.
they're
right?
just gonna disperse the power.
Do you think Dany would have to die for that to happen? Because I think she
I think
wants.
she's-
But then again, she talks
she's
about
gonna
breaking
die.
the wheel and all that.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Maybe she has a realization. I think that's
Yeah.
definitely possible. My choice is just I just want to see not just one leader, Jon and Dany on the throne.
As a
On
king
together, yeah.
queen setup.
I don't care that they're cousins.
No, I do.
I
Yeah,
don't
they're
care.
Well, that's
aunt and uncle
tradition.
actually.
That's tradition for
I don't care that they're aunt and
Targaryens
uncle.
to marry, within
No,
the family.
and nephew.
I don't
yeah.
give a shit.
Yeah,
I just
and
want to see
nephew.
She
it.
might
that's
get
what it-
turned on a bit
That
more.
would be his own father's sister. He'd be.
I guess
doing.
Even if they find out they are related, and I still think they can rule together.
Yeah, I
and
don't
not be
necessarily think it's gonna
banging.
matter in their opinion.
I think.
Then Jorah can be with Dany. And there we go. He gets his fill.
Yeah.
He gets his fill.
Quick little sidebar. Who do you think should end up with Brienne of Tarth? Jamie Lannister or Tormund Jones?
I mean, that's easy.
I think
Jamie.
I don't think Brienne is a woman of
Yeah.
courtship. I don't think that.
Ooh, but she stares at Jamie longingly, just the
I
way
think-
that
but
Tormund
she
stares
stares
at
at Jamie.
her.
I think there's
Longingly.
I
She
think
does,
there's like a
just the way
respect.
Tormund stares at her.
I think there's a
No,
respect
come
there.
on.
I don't think. I think a respect in like
you
a
gotta
very
read that.
I am reading it, but I don't think it's like
He's reading it a different way.
That's
and
true.
I don't think
That's
it's a
fair.
romantic
That's fair.
way.
No, you
maybe
don't
like
think so?
maybe like we're gonna fuck hard kind of way. But like
God.
I don't
Wouldn't
think
that be
I don't think it's gonna
romantic?
start as just like
I don't know though. That
Like, they're
look
gonna
that
end
they
up
give
together.
each other when Brienne's leaving the
Tormund?
No. When Brienne's looking at Jamie on the embattlements of
after or before
when he's in the
when the-
Riverlands taking the
when they're-
castle back from the
Might be-
Blackfish.
when they're oh yeah okay
And she
yeah.
and who's that Pod are
Pod.
sailing away,
One of my
and
favorite
Jamie's
characters.
looking at her,
Fuck.
and he sees her sailing away, and they stare at
Jamie's
each
my
other,
answer.
and she waves, and he waves, and then when they meet each other at the pit, and Jamie won't even look at her because he's by Cersei the whole time. He doesn't want her to see.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like she knows that he's just doing what he has to do. And I mean,
I agree with
but
that,
at the
yeah.
end of the episode, he's doing what he really has to do.
Right, that's why
And
he's heading
Cersei's a
north.
fucking bitch.
That's why he's heading north, leaving her behind.
You know what was funny is how I was rewatching season 7 and I totally forgot that's what she does. Like when
What?
Tyrion goes in and talks to her and then she walks out and she tells Jamie no, we're not going down there. It's like, oh yeah, that's
You
what
moron,
happened.
We're not going there.
Yeah, like no, we're not doing that. And that does show you Jamie's character now. He's like, no, are you fucking crazy after all the shit I've been through?
Dude, I like how they
Not letting
built
everyone
up
know,
the
yeah.
suspense when it was happening. Like when you were watching it for the first
Ooh.
time, you were like, "Oh, is he?
Is the mountain gonna slice
Yeah.
his head off right
You
now?
knew he wasn't
Yeah.
gonna do it, but in your head, you're like, "Nah."
It's
like-
I'm curious
Yeah.
if I mean I assume Game Bowl has to happen.
I
Like we've been talking about it for fucking
I feel
4
like it's
years.
the only satisfying ending.
I
for
feel like Game of
Sandor,
Thrones
yeah.
doesn't like to pay off stuff the
That
way
we-
you like it.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it'll
you're
be
right.
something like that, but it'll be a twist where it's like,
Maybe he's
like-
a white.
a game.
like,
Yeah,
like
Sandor
Arya
goes
goes,
back, like,
Arya
you know-
goes after him or some shit like that, or goes after.
Do we know, is everyone aware in the world that he is the mountain?
Who?
Yeah, I
the
think
guy
so.
in the-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they know
Yeah.
that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They know
So,
that circle game
I
still,
think
yeah.
I think that
No one else is
Arya's
that
gonna
size.
try and
That's how.
sure.
like
That's got to be how they know.
pretend to be someone else, maybe like Littlefinger or some shit, and try and assassinate the queen.
Yeah.
But word's gonna get back to her, and it's gonna be like, it's probably gonna go down like right when they're leaving their thing, and it might be at the very first episode. Might be Clegane Bowl. Who knows? And it's gonna be when Arya tries to kill the queen, but she recognizes him, and she starts fighting the mountain, and Sandor has to jump in and dies, protecting Arya.
Yeah.
And Arya kills the mountain.
Yeah, I have two possible opinions. That's one of
Not
them.
bad,
That,
yeah,
their
I like it.
Clegane Bowl's going to happen, Sandor's going to die, and Arya's going to have to finish the mountain off.
Yeah.
Then I'm also thinking that Sandor's going to go down. Like, he's going to die. And they're either, there's going to be some kind of scenario where he's going to be tried to be raised as a white. But the same thing that happened to Cold Hands,
Benjen.
Yeah, Uncle Benjen.
Yeah.
Might happen to him. Now, how awesome would that be to have the two undead Clegane brothers have, the real Clegane Bowl of two,
We don't
supernatural
sort of-
beings. Because, it's not a fair matchup between...
Benjen's not a white, is he?
No.
No, he's
not
like...
really.
He was turning into a white, but then the transformation was stopped.
No more
By the children
magic.
of the forest.
There's no
Yeah.
children of the forest anymore.
So they all died at the Ravens hideout?
Were they, though?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
When does it say that?
I don't think we know that for sure.
See, I don't think all of them
I just don't.
could have
That's the
been
thing. I just don't know. Like, was that like a pointed out fact? Like,
I think they just
believe
showed
so.
us what Children of the Forest were to give
Where
us,
else are
so
they?
who created the White Walkers. Now that they know they fucked up, they showed you that they made a deal with the First Men to fight against the White Walkers.
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't feel like there could possibly have only been, I don't know. At max, I would have said there was 7 Children of the Forest within,
Yeah, you don't really
under
know.
the tree.
And so
that couldn't possibly have been all
Children of the Forest made the White Walkers, right?
of
Yeah.
them. Right, because they show you that shove
They
the
sh-
obsidian into the
Into the guy's chest,
heart.
and then yeah. So, and that was the Night King. That we
Yeah,
see get
that's the
transformed.
Night King we see created.
So,
How did we get on this tangent?
I don't know, but I like it.
Let's
keep
going.
going.
so Night King, while we're here, what do you think his like real motives are, if any? Like, do you think he's just
you're not gonna get noticed?
you're not?
No.
See, I don't think that. I think that would be absolutely ridiculous.
Why?
That would be insane if
What-
we gone through all
what-
these 8. Like, just some type, even if it is just telling me, like, oh no, they are just here to just destroy all of man and there's no real reason. But, like,
besides Bran, like, where are you gonna get that lore?
Bran. I mean, I think we could easily get that through that somehow. I mean, I'd be
Sure.
disappointed if we didn't, I guess
Maybe.
is what I'm saying.
Or maybe he dies and we never know.
That would be disappointing. I
Maybe,
think, like,
maybe he gets knocked out of his wheelchair and just hits his head.
shit.
Gets amnesia.
He can't, he's not even
What's
urgent.
going
He's
on?
like, help me.
He's talking totally normally again.
Help
He
me.
lost that whole
What's
like,
that
blank
movie
expression.
where like they're I just bear with me. They're in like a wrestling ring and like they like 3 or 4 guys fall over and like break their necks like.
Oh, I know what you're talking. It's on like
yeah.
chairs. Yeah, and it goes
a
like.
scary movie.
I think it might be a scary movie.
Like
Yeah.
Bran just falls
Yeah.
over. Breaks his
I
neck.
We
think
didn't get the
baby.
secret as to how to kill him.
I really don't like Bran's character. Kind of just talking about him. He really like
He's lackluster. He doesn't draw.
like,
me in,
but like
he
I
doesn't
think
like
I think
attention.
that that's the point of his character.
I was about to
which
say,
kinda
yeah, that is-
sucks.
yeah.
Like,
He's not Bran anymore.
He's
Yeah.
just an emotion. He's the emotion.
He always
he's
says
the
that.
three-eyed
He's like,
raven.
"I'm not
oh
Bran
hi
anymore."
John, you're talking.
Hi Sansa.
Hey, do you think
You
he's
look
gonna?
pretty in your white dress. It's like, ugh.
That's good. So who do you
I
think? You
saw
think
you
he's
that night when Ramsay had his wedding.
Ugh, God, why were you watching?
Wow, you
what?
just got really emotional right there.
What was I gonna say? Fuck, just totally lost it.
I don't know. You started something.
Yeah, I did. It's gone.
What's your next question?
Okay.
What were we just on?
Night King.
Best
Oh.
Redemption.
No, then we went to favorite.
No, we didn't.
I thought we were favorite.
Nope.
Favorite
Best
what?
Redemption.
Favorite what?
Oh. All right.
Favorite
Favorite death. What was your favorite death of the series so far?
Viserys by a mile. Do you guys remember Viserys?
Yeah, Pot of Gold.
Yeah, the
I
king.
mean, that is great.
A crown fit for a king. I love that. When he dumps the molten gold over
It's
his
rough.
head.
It's rough to watch.
Oh, but it's
Mine's
so
the snake.
gratifying for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
The what?
The snake.
snake.
Or the viper. I'm sorry.
Viper.
Oh,
Oberyn Martell.
Only because that literally, like,
Oberyn,
I didn't see it
wow.
coming at
Oh,
all.
I don't think anyone.
Really?
did.
I was just like, and just the visceralness. I was like, I don't know if it's just the most like, wow. That
I don't
blew
know,
me
see,
out of the.
It's just so gratifying for me to see Viserys die, and then another one would obviously be Joffrey. Just
Oh,
seeing
easy,
him
yeah.
have to
I
choke.
feel like this question should be Other than Joffrey, because Joffrey was so
I feel like everyone likes
that's
that.
too easy.
That's a given. That's why I put down
think
the
we
Viserys.
we should say besides Joffrey, get that out of the way because
Then I'm 100% Viserys.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's
With
a good
Viper.
point.
The
Big Viper.
I think mine would be Tywin. I think Tywin's
shot on the
death
toilet while
has such a like big repercussion for like not just Jamie,
the
but
entire
like
Lannister
or no, I
family.
mean not just Tyrion, but but like even beyond that, I feel like that like him killing him just like means so much. Like wow.
It's really him like taking that like fuck you, Dad, fuck this family.
Yeah, but like also
Even,
just
like
the Lannisters are like I'm essentially him just saying like I am not a Lannister.
Yeah.
Even though he has a last name. Like
I think that's a great
like
one,
I
actually.
could see him like totally like ditching his last name for some reason. Like maybe at the end of this he's still alive and like he
Rebrands.
re-identifies himself. I mean, yeah.
No, I totally John?
I'm
excuse me.
split.
I'm gonna come out of left field.
I'm split.
John lives in left field.
I'm split between two, but they're two good ones.
All right,
And
hit him with
save
us.
them both.
Arya killed both of them. One was Shamar and Trant.
Ooh,
That was really good
that's a
when he
good
was
one.
like
When he's
hitting a little girl,
Yeah.
and it was just like she
Oh,
just
she
like
just
What
stabbed
an
him in
out of
different
nowhere
parts.
character to bring back for that too. Like
Yeah.
for that one episode,
Yeah.
you're just like, holy
Yeah.
shit! Like it's been a
Yeah.
while.
And then so that was real good. And then when she killed the guy that had Needle, the dude that was a dick and would
Oh.
point people out to
Yeah.
What's his
wait.
name?
or like
Like
he's
when she just
oh,
pokes him?
He's like this is like a little thing I can
Yeah, and she
like,
pokes
pick
him in
my
the throat
teeth.
when
Yeah.
he kills him.
And he
Yeah.
like realizes like who she is at the last second when she pokes him in the throat.
Literally pokes him in the throat. I thought
that
you
was
were
a
gonna say
satisfying one.
what's his name? At
The
Twins.
phrase?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That is
Fred.
That is a great. I actually thought you were gonna say.
but I thought those two were real good.
It's also
Honorary
how she
mention.
feeds him his own children.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
an
that's
honorary
pretty
mention.
And then kills the entire line of phrase, so the house is dead.
Yeah.
All the male heirs of Walter.
Why doesn't she
are
just
now
go
dead.
over to Liza Aaron and just fucking kill her too? Because she's weird.
Liza's dead already.
When's she?
No. Oh yeah, she
Yeah,
got
she got-
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
no
got pushed
shit.
through the moon.
Yeah,
door
she gets
after
pushed out the
she
moon.
caught
True.
Littlefinger.
So it's just
with Sansa.
you can kill.
It's just
you
weirdo
can kill
little boy
little,
over there.
Yeah, little milk breaster boy.
Yeah.
Hopefully
blue
that'll
boy
be a
over
good
there.
thing.
I hate, dude. Those scenes
I hate that
are
guy.
Lord
weird.
Aaron.
But they do.
Yeah.
It does
What's
work
his,
so
what's his
well.
first name? Robin.
Robin
It
Aaron,
just
yeah.
makes it's like, all right, this family's not okay. It's not. Good.
It's funny the show starts because John Aaron. Is it John Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah,
John Aaron dies.
Tails. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's poisoned by Liza
Yeah.
at the orders of Baelish,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what creates this entire
Every time you say
chain of
Baelish.
events. Chaos is a motherfucking ladder.
Oh, I
man.
love when Bran says that.
Oh,
and,
repeats
like,
it
his
back to
face,
him?
and he's just like,
Yeah.
He's
"What
like-
the fuck?"
He's like, oh,
shit.
who told you that?
I said that. That's like
Yeah.
one of my lines.
That's my thing.
I said
you-
that a lot.
That's definitely exclusive. I don't know how we would know
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's pretty great. But getting
It's a
do we?
ladder.
I'll go through. Do we
Yeah,
all get
we
our favorite
did.
death?
That's
Okay,
the next
getting
question.
back to the repercussions of Tywin dying and all that. One, do you think Cersei will die?
Yes.
Two, all round, yes.
Yes. yes.
I think there's definitely a chance that she won't. Two, who do you think will kill her?
Jamie.
Think that's really
It's a
that sad.
It's a fucking prophecy.
He's
Yeah.
the only one who can get close enough to her.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's the only one.
He's
out
the only
of
one who
anybody-
deserves to kill her.
Yeah, he's the only one besides the mountain that could physically get close enough to her.
And I think
Or
I
she
Why,
might
though?
just
He
kill
left
herself.
already.
She might just kill
Because
herself.
there's always going to be that part of her, just like we saw when she's trying to threaten him by having the mountain slice his head off when he leaves and to go north.
One, I don't think that. I think there's a good chance she won't die. Two, if who will kill her, I think Jamie's definitely top choice, but I think Arya's a close second.
Herself.
okay.
Or herself.
I can agree
Actually-
with that, but I think Jamie deserves that killing blow.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, he's
I didn't
think
even
that
know.
one's a
Like,
given.
yeah, I guess.
He's been fucked over by her so many times, and he's just been blindly following
yeah. I
behind
mean,
like a puppy.
he's fought her with his one sword. He's got to.
But
fight
you-
her with
you
the
don't
other,
think
you know
he
what
should-
I'm
Now
saying?
he's got to get her with the real sword.
My argument is, I feel like if he really did feel that way, that would have happened before he left, or he would.
See,
I
I
don't know.
think he's still too in love with her at this point. He
And,
needs to-
and she's gonna have a pushing
she's-
over. She's gonna have a moment that pushes him over the edge.
Oh yeah.
To do okay.
Oh yeah, because I mean, I feel like at this point he's slowly getting pushed further and further away, and her lying to everyone, and breaking an oath now that he's like committed to being like a man of his word, like he should have been from the start. He's like, I just gotta get away from this
later,
girl, man.
bitch.
I gotta get away from this chick before something bad happens.
My unborn kid.
Yeah.
I don't think she's pregnant.
I think that was.
I think
it's
a
bullshit,
lie.
too.
I think it's just a lie, a ploy to keep them around.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're wrong. I think it's because it's so like dropped out of nowhere, and it's just like, what? like,
yeah, no, especially just the way she does
they
it.
They did bang in the last season, didn't they? And it was a weird bang.
Very weird bang.
Yeah, it's after she does something and then she,
Weird bangs.
What is that?
Yeah, because he gets up and he leaves her.
Yeah.
I forget which episode, but it's last season.
Yeah.
It's season 7.
Interesting. Well, now we're talking about seasons. What's your favorite season?
Last season.
The last one?
Battle of the Bastards. The one with the Battle of Bastards has to be.
And I think talking about that is really like, if you're going to say like, season 1 of Game of Thrones is your favorite, I think you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I don't agree. I don't necessarily
The show
agree with
is
that.
not, like, I think the show is good, but, like, the show really comes into form in the last, like, 3 seasons.
It's a lot of setup at the beginning.
A lot of setup.
A lot of backstory.
Like,
who's who.
When people, I love when people cared about The Walking Dead, it was like Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead. And I was with The Walking Dead for a while. Those first few seasons of The Walking Dead are great.
They are.
And, like, I don't think Game of Thrones even comes close to, like, really like hitting their like impact, but now it's obviously Thrones. Thrones is like again, all that setup is paid off. I think it's hard to pick any of those first 4 or 5 seasons to like really be your top.
I disagree. I don't know, like because that's saying they got us to where we are today and why we're so excited about what we're going into.
Let's
put it this way. I agree with you that last season is my favorite season. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that someone's favorite season of Game of Thrones, maybe a good amount of people, is some of those earlier seasons. Because it's slower. A lot of people complain that this last season was too fast and like there's too much going on. I don't necessarily agree. I'm just being...
All the plots are like converging.
And I feel like that's just everyone who doesn't want it to be over. It's just like, it's going too fast for me now.
Yeah, no.
I can't handle that.
It's not okay. It's not okay. But I am on the side of I do like how fast it's... I want that payoff. I want that to happen.
I want the development. I don't want to be a stalemate, just crawling towards the next answer.
On the flip side,
we get to the really cool stuff at the end of the season.
True. On the flip side, then, what's your least favorite season? If you can point one out, even this is a strong one. Mine's definitely the one with when Arya's in the. I can't remember which season it is. It's when she's in the fucking faceless men and learning all that bullshit.
6.
Is that 6?
Yeah.
Bores the shit out of me.
Really?
I think there's only like 2 or 3 episodes in that season that I really.
Hardhome was in that season.
Yeah, like Hardhome's amazing. I don't know. That's the one that just
besides Jorah,
sticks out to me.
Besides Sam running into Jorah at the Citadel and helping him cure him of grayscale. I think the whole arc of Sam, leaving the Night's Watch to go travel to his home with Gilly.
Multiple seasons.
Yeah. Is that through multiple seasons?
I thought it was. Yeah, it might be.
No, because there's like one season where it's just him and Gilly
when he
traveling.
He leaves in one season and is there in another. I think.
Well, he leaves at the end of one season, then it's another season where it's mostly him traveling.
And then by the end of that season,
it was last season.
He gets, he's finally out.
Absolutely gets so bored.
So I think that's 6. I think it is season 6.
I get so bored with his entire travel of those two, and it's like, it really means nothing. It feels like just filler to the episode.
I'm just watching you peel this label off.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, but no, I think 6 is definitely one of the slower ones. Like even when I was going back to watch like season 1 and stuff, like I enjoy that. Actually, still.
I don't know if I can pick. I feel like I haven't rewatched the older seasons
enough to like really think. Yeah.
Well,
that was just a strong one.
So I'll opt out based off not being an educated decision.
Fair.
But my reason for season 5, real quick, is just solely based on the Hardhome episode because we get to see the true grandeur of the Night King's forces and the amazing scene at the end where all he does is lift his arms and everybody stands back.
What's season 3? What's the big one?
That's where I get Red Wedding.
Season 3 is the Red Wedding. Is Ygritte dying in season 4?
Yeah, because that's when they come back to Castle Black.
Yeah.
Each season does have at least probably one great season.
I think, like, if anything, like, I don't think anything, like, big happened in season 2 that I can recall.
Season 2, I'm trying to think. Yeah.
Like, that was
a lot of setups.
A lot, yeah. I think, like, if anything, season 2 was probably weak just because, again, like, the setup. Of
sure.
Was that the battle at King's Landing?
Blackwater?
The Battle of Blackwater?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is the Blackwater.
Good call.
Fuck the king.
Oh, because that's what
Fuck the
Stan
king's
is, right?
gone.
That's
Yeah.
with Stanny. Yeah.
I mean, that's a good one.
I think that's the season where we get that line from the Hound.
That's the
Yeah.
episode that
King's
that's
gone.
the episode that the
Fuck
Hound
the
leaves. Yeah.
Gotta love the Hound, man. He is. Okay, so this is a big one, I think. One. All right, how do you think Jon / the North in general, if he even tells them, will react to his Targaryen lineage? Do you think he will take on a Targaryen name, anything like that, or do you think he
I
will
don't think they'll
continuously
give a
be?
fuck.
I don't think.
Because his name
He's
is
already
legitimately
proven himself
Aegon
in battle.
Targaryen.
He's legitimately a
Like,
Targaryen.
like his he
And
is
he's
named.
legitimately a
I don't
Stark.
think
Well,
they're gonna know.
No, but like
He's
he is actually
legitimately a
named like
Targaryen.
in the Maester's books, like Joffrey and all that is put down. He is Aegon Targaryen the seventh, something like that. But so I'm curious to
But
see if he
has
would
Stark's
actually.
blood.
What's that?
He has Stark's blood still.
No, I
No,
get
but he
what
has
you're saying.
Targaryen blood.
So, yeah,
so-
he's half Targaryen.
He's half Stark, half Targaryen.
Yeah.
Right,
He's not
so
he's
he's
not
not all
Snow.
of one.
Technically, he would be a glass. That's what.
Yeah, that's
or
what they
sand,
are.
sorry.
Sand. Because
Like
he was
if
born.
he were a
Johnson.
bastard.
If he were even,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
If he
because
were a
he's.
bastard.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
okay.
bastard.
Yeah, that took me a while to pick up. I was like,
No.
what is
Yeah.
up with these like
Different surnames.
flower? Is anyone from?
It's all based on the region where they're from.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So it's snow, sand, flowers,
Yeah,
and I think that's all we've heard.
yeah, because the North.
Flowers is the Tyrell region.
So
Sand-
what's
yeah.
the region for King's Landing when you're a bastard there?
I don't
Can't
know.
remember. I can't.
Something gold? I can imagine. It's gold.
I thought it was like I don't know. I have. No
Yeah,
idea,
honestly, you could
actually.
probably Google it.
Yeah, you probably
Yeah.
could. That's interesting. That's interesting to
It's like a
think
deep
about.
lore kind of
So,
thing, I'd imagine.
do you think the kid?
What's
Okay, I guess also
Gendry's
this.
last name?
Gendry?
Yeah, what's his?
Baratheon.
No,
No,
but
Colin and Baratheon.
Because
no,
he's
but he
technically
did have
King's
something.
Give me a
Landing.
sec.
Yeah.
Do you guys think the North at large will even know this? Do you think he will tell
Oh,
like his
he's gonna.
council?
Yeah,
Okay,
There's
yeah.
no way he's gonna hide
Yeah.
anything from his people.
Okay,
in my
okay.
opinion.
How do
He's
you think
not
they're
that
going to
kind of
react?
guy.
Because
I
they
don't
have
think
obviously.
they're gonna give a
Very
fuck.
very.
I was about to say they
apprehensive.
hated Targaryens. The North.
Well, Targaryens are
Hates-
the ones who
He's
started this whole
literally-
fucking thing.
They literally said like they would. Yeah, they don't care. He's proved himself in battle. He's a badass dude. They won't give a fuck.
I think it's gonna.
I think
cause
they're
a
going to be
little more doubt than
apprehensive,
you're
but
thinking.
I kind
Yeah.
of agree with him.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
you know,
totally.
They're going to get to a point where they're like, well, just because he's not Jon Snow or Jon Stark, he's
Yeah.
still, he's still our king.
Yeah.
guys. He's still going to do what we want him
Well, it's
to do.
interesting that he is a Aegon Targaryen.
From what I'm reading, Gendry did not receive the bastard surname used in the Crown Lands, Waters, because like the rest of his half siblings, he was not openly acknowledged by Robert.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So
That was
Crown
awesome.
Lands is king.
But
is king's.
They definitely have that all over.
I
and
think
then
Jon
it's
will
like-
have always known that he's not truly a Stark. There's always been a
Oh, I
part
mean,
of him that's
he's
like,
been
none
told
of
that he's
me-
not truly a Stark his
Yeah,
whole
like
life.
like
he's a bastard.
Right, but I mean that
Sean
he's not
Bean.
even like from
It tells
that
it.
he's not even from Ned.
his dad. Yeah.
That Ned's never been his dad. He's always been told he looks nothing like his father. His mom says like, you don't belong here. I feel like
And
from
Well,
well,
day
that's
she
one-
because
doesn't
she.
even
Yeah,
know.
she didn't even know
Yeah.
that. She just thought he was a bastard that Ned bought home.
Yeah, and
And,
they,
like-
they
Yeah.
say it so many times in season 1. It's like that's like
It's
She
so
says
fucked.
she
it's really
feels
it's
bad
really
that
not
she
like
hated
Ned
him
Stark
so
to go
much.
fuck
Yeah,
other
well, yeah.
women.
It is like this
It's
guy.
not his fault,
Yeah, he didn't
right?
choose to be born then. It's interesting, and it's crazy to think that Ned literally didn't tell a soul because everyone did hate Targaryens like with
Well-
a
Well,
blooded
he can't
passion.
even
at
risk
that
telling
point.
John.
Before he
What
left-
if John tells someone?
Yeah.
Who
No,
shouldn't
before he
know?
left in the first season, he said, "We'll talk about your mother."
When we
next
get-
time
yeah.
we
I
see
see.
each other."
Yeah.
Talk about it the
so
next
he was
time
probably
we
gonna
see
tell
each
you-
other.
Do you guys think we're gonna get like a flashback again to like the Tower of Joy stuff? Like, do you think?
I don't think so. I think that's
I feel like
done.
at
I
this
don't
point,
see.
Yeah, we learned what we needed to
Yeah,
learn from
I don't know
that.
what else we'd
Really
need to get out of there.
shown
Is there
what
anything that you
needed to
think we
show.
could?
No, I was just curious.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think there might be a flashback of some kind to something, but I don't know what it could be.
I mean,
in
there's
that
so
regard.
much stuff to do. I don't think they would waste any time on showing us stuff we've already seen.
And then so he
Yeah.
doesn't. What's his name?
And we do
Bran.
get the flashbacks because the three-eyed raven is still alive
was about to say-
at that point.
And Bran, doesn't he go back and like watch their wedding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After he finds out about it.
After he's told it by Sam.
Yeah. So he actually knows to look for it. That's actually it's cool.
Yeah.
So I think that's
mean,
enough that we
maybe
do need
we'll
to know.
get something like that, but maybe not to the extent of like Tower of Joy. We actually saw like the sequence like play out.
Yep.
I mean, it might be something where it's just like you see John walk into the room and Bran goes like that, and he goes like that for a second, then he sees and he's like, oh.
It could end on that. Like the first episode might end on that. I think.
Here's
a quick, that's
quick little interesting sidebar for back when they're at the tower. What about us finding out about how Ned's been lying about the death of the Sword of the Morning for how many years now?
Oh, what? That he killed him?
That he killed him in single combat, 1-on-1, and then it was.
Well, I think I had to keep up that line
what's his name again?
It was Howland Reed's when he stabbed him in the neck from behind.
That's right. Yeah.
And wait, no.
Jojen's.
Yeah, Jojen and Mira's father.
He fought with two swords.
The guy who he kills. What's his name?
The Sword of the Morning.
No,
Sir Arthur Dayne.
Arthur Dayne.
Yeah, Arthur Dayne,
that's the name. Because
Arthur Dayne.
So it's the
Great
Sword
names.
of the Morning, and then what's the other sword? There's like a short name. I feel like
The other one that he had.
Yeah, there's the other guy who's also the King's Guard for Rhaegar Targaryen that he has staying with Lyanna while she's in the tower. I can't remember.
I'm gonna see. I feel like
What
there's.
question are we on?
I just find it interesting that a
looking at
man so
this.
honorable that would never lie about anything is lying about that. Because I mean, even
Side
if
note,
it,
Gooch,
because
would
what
you
does that have to do
watch,
with hiding
Hot
the?
Ones,
What does that have to do with
What's what?
hiding
Hot
the
Ones,
identity of?
No.
Hot Ones.
John's
Never seen
lineage.
any interviews.
Yeah.
It has absolutely nothing to do
Just
with
that.
it, unless
Is it
he's
YouTube
just
channel?
protecting the honor
it's,
of
Fish
Howland.
Feast or
Sure.
whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
We got two sideguard conversations going on right now. This is terrible podcasting. What are we doing?
Yeah, we're having
this is a separate conversation.
John just goes.
started.
John just goes. You ever watch Hot Ones?
Wait. What about it,
I was gonna say we should do the challenge.
dude? I hate eating wings in public.
Sorry, that was a terrible side.
No.
Yeah, I just.
But anyway, if I only eat wing if I go to get wings, I go to Buffalo Wild Wings. I usually don't eat wings out. They're messy, dude.
PJ. Yeah, I
Can't
mean
be too
that's.
messy in front of
Fair
your
enough.
friends.
Yeah. We went to PJ's last night before Shazam. That was awesome, by the way.
I just have an interesting point. It's like why would Ned feel the need to lie about Howland?
Off topic.
How is this off topic?
No, he
No,
was saying he is off
He's
topic.
talking about Shazam. Sorry.
You're actually on topic
Yeah,
right
you're
now.
actually on topic.
I was talking. It's like how does Ned protecting Howland from stabbing Sir Arthur Dayne in the back protect John's lineage at all? Protecting that lie?
I think it's supposed to be he overpowered them and took and saved whatever. Like he, I don't know.
See, I just don't know how him lying about being the one who took him.
Maybe
out.
Ned's not the best
See,
guy.
I just feel like that's just really
I
out of
think-
character
I
for Ned
think-
to do based on everything we've seen from him.
I don't know.
What, when he killed him?
No, why would he lie about saying that he beat him in single combat?
Remember
all those
when
years, is
Remember
what
when
he
Bran
said.
and the Three-Eyed Raven are watching, and Bran's like, my dad killed this guy," and he's like, "Did he?" And he's like, "Oh, he's better than my dad, far better." And then you see him, and he's losing, and then what's his name? Howland Reed is the one who stabs him in the neck, and basically Ned gives him a mercy killing and like cuts his throat.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
it is
think,
an interesting question. I wonder why he
it
would do that.
draws away
Yeah,
from the
I just
fact
don't
that
know why he
Howland was
lied.
even there. So
That-
it just takes
that's
so
kinda
many
like-
off of him, and it's just wants that
But is
to
he
be.
protecting
I
Howland's
don't
honor
know.
for
I think he
stabbing him in
wants
the back?
that. To
Maybe
be the
that is it
spectacle.
too. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe that's the spectacle. So
To
people
draw away from
forget,
his.
Oh,
Yeah.
like so you went up and questioned more about what happened in the tower.
Oh, and you had
so
a-
you got there first, and she was dead.
You had
or
a
she
bastard
wasn't
that- yeah,
dead,
yeah,
or,
yeah.
like,
And maybe it has
Yeah.
something to do with like the legacy of Ned Stark, like sort of off topic.
Technically, he did kill him.
Did you see you saw Captain Marvel? Did you?
No,
Okay. Well, you don't really.
I don't care. You can
Yeah.
spoil it.
So like with Nick Fury and Captain Marvel, so we find out that he. What?
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 If I committed to that trio, I'd be really upset.
Yeah. Yeah, like we find out. So I mean, I won't spoil it, but we find out something about Nick Fury's eye,
Yeah.
and like that was we were kind of lied.
It
to.
retroactively ruins it for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it.
Last
Yeah.
time I trusted someone, I lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's not that like it's retroactive, but like they're just trying to keep that like legend of him like alive. Maybe he isn't the one who said anything about it. You ever think
maybe that
people
was.
just
Yeah,
talk?
that could have been. He might not have. That's a good
Yeah,
idea. That could have just been like
sometimes,
that's the
people,
story that got
people
developed.
aren't like coming back and being like telling their own story. It's usually
True.
other people telling their own
Yeah.
story, and things get lost in translation. And
That's
Good
fair.
point.
yeah,
It's a very good.
Although,
point,
no, he did say, I used to hear my father tell that story.
I've heard him.
Yeah.
I've heard him tell the story a million
Yeah.
times.
Well,
Okay.
maybe people lied about it so much that he just went with it. You know,
that's not Ned's kind of guy.
I think John has had the best explanation here. I think he just did this to distract away from
the fact that
walking
Jon
in with
Snow
a baby. And his sister was dead,
it's like,
supposedly
what's the
kidnapped.
Baby? And it's like, yo, I beat Sir Arthur Dane, and they're like, no shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Where's this baby?
Tell us about it.
I got a random chick pregnant.
What? What baby?
This is my son. He's not. Leave him alone. He's fine. Yeah, I think that's
so
that's
Sir
the best
Arthur
explanation.
Dane.
Yeah.
And he not to mention he was a fucking kid, so he wasn't like the smartest. You know, he had a lot of honor, and he just was so...
Yeah, but he wasn't a kid when he had Bran, and Bran had heard the story a million times, so you'd think that throughout Bran's life, his dad is still recounting the same story of him killing...
Exactly, he just built it... I don't know why we're rolling on this.
I don't know what you're saying.
We're just talking around it, sir.
That means he would lie.
Alright, so when he tells people... You're gonna be sitting next to one of his good friends. He's gonna be like, "You gotta tell your kids about one of the days when you slayed Sir Arthur Dane."
I see what he's saying.
And then it's like, all right, well, here we go. Sure, you never know.
Yeah, you don't. You know, like Bran was hearing those stories as a kid. That doesn't mean like Ned Stark was like, "Oh, let me tell you a story."
Yeah.
Like,
Daddy, when did you kill the guy? Yeah.
You know, maybe somebody was like, tell him the story of Arthur Dane. And he's like, oh, okay.
Your dad's a legend.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like, all right, I think
That's true.
And then he just had to remember the story he made up 3 times.
So, what's next?
I think that's... Yeah, I mean, I was actually probably just going to skip that one. But, I don't know, who do you guys think's the prince/princess?
Prince was promised?
To be promised.
I mean, I've seen a theory video
it's
that
baby.
It's Jorah.
Oh, really?
I've seen the theory on that as well.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been a while since
I can't remember.
So it's based on like the time he was born, which has something to do with salt, right?
Something like that.
I can't remember. I can't like recap.
It's worth the look up.
If you look up like Prince Who Was Promised, Jorah Mormont, it's by the game theory. Film theory. Yeah,
Film theory.
That was one of his first videos.
Oh. But how is Jorah a prince?
It explains it.
It does.
He's not a prince.
He's not a prince?
Maybe prince by blood somehow.
So is it the thing you have to stab your lover? Oh, is he gonna kill Dany? Is that the thing? Don't you have to drive the whatever through the sword through your lover's heart?
Yeah, it's
it'll light
fire.
it. Yeah, it'll light it on fire.
Yeah.
Well,
one thing I wanted to bring up that I forgot to at the beginning, looking at this show and to see who like all the actors have been on it. Like, this show has made a lot of people's careers. I think Lena Headey, Charles Dance, Sean Bean are all exceptions.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
They were all pretty established before Game of Thrones. So, Charles Dance is Tywin, Lena Headey is Cersei, Sean Bean's obviously Ed Stark.
So Ed Odd. I get it. Like, we didn't know about Kit Harington before.
Everyone else,
I barely knew about
this show. Like, made their careers, which is kind of cool because like. You know,
did it make Daenerys' career? I feel
yes, I think that was her first role.
I think this was her first big role. I can't remember.
We wouldn't have gotten Aquaman without Jason Momoa being Khal Drogo. I feel.
I think that was definitely one of the. For sure.
And it's kind of cool to look at things like I know. I forget who the guy who plays Robb Stark, but like he went on. He was in Cinderella like right after.
Yeah, I can't remember. He's in Rocketman now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, not all the actors are going to be huge names. Like, Bran of Tarth is Captain Phasma in Star Wars. Like, probably wouldn't have gotten that role without Game of Thrones.
No, I think it definitely shot a lot of these people up there.
Yeah. Like, I mean, unless, you know, you say that with any show, like Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul and Breaking Bad or...
I
think Bryan Cranston was pretty set up before that, but
true. But I feel like now
we got to start in Malcolm in the Middle.
I know, true, but
I do straight from Malcolm in the Middle to Breaking Bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like people might have known about Bryan Cranston, but everyone knows who Bryan Cranston is now.
Especially because I think a big thing. No, that established it.
I think Breaking Bad half know him as well. Too.
No, I get what you're saying, but the thing is, we wouldn't know him without that extra half of Walter. That showed us his serious side and that really crazy chop.
And open.
I mean, he's been in other stuff, but he was more of a comedic actor before that.
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
and like Lena Headey's been in those same kind of characters. Charles Dance has been doing his thing, and he's in like all sorts of fucking movies.
I totally agree.
And Sean Bean's, you know, Boromir is really, I think, the role that
one of that
everyone
knows Sean Bean for, but Sean Bean's been in tons of shit.
Does not
and he always
simply.
dies.
I think Lena Headey's role in what is that, Judge Dredd?
Yeah, she's in some other stuff too.
She's a pretty
do you
good
like that movie?
female-
We love.
Yeah.
I
She's
love
She's a
Judge
pretty
Dredd's the
good
shit.
female, tyrant in that movie too.
Yeah.
No, it's
She runs
good.
a pretty good drug empire.
Is she the one in 300 too?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She is.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
She's
She's
Leonidas'
Leonidas'
wife.
daughter.
Yeah.
daughter.
There you go. He knows. Yeah.
You get
Come
it.
back-
She's been in stuff.
Either come back with your shield or on it.
Yeah, I'm trying to
She
think.
is,
Like
right.
Kit Harington's had a few roles. Mind you, he's still filming
By,
Game of
the guy
Thrones.
from,
It's funny.
The Wire.
Aidan Gillian talking about?
Yeah, the guy from The Wire.
Yeah, he's in the
He's in 300. No, sorry.
Who's the guy from The Wire? There are a lot of guys in The Wire.
Like the main guy, McNulty.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
But Aidan Gillian, who
McNulty.
plays Littlefinger, he's kind of been established. Like he's been in roles. He was in The Wire. He's also in Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
But like I wouldn't say like people knew who he was.
Sure.
Yeah.
Theon, the guy who plays Theon Greyjoy, he was in Predators, and he's been in other shit. It's kind of funny. Like once the show ends,
he's in
and you see
John
what
Wick.
they
Yeah,
do.
he's in John Wick.
He's John Wick.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
He's in actually a few things.
The John Wick was when he was already in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
that's after
He,
he was
he's doing.
No,
it
that
in
definitely. I
between.
think that definitely helps shoot him up. Yeah. It's interesting. And this show's been going on for how many years now?
Game
10?
of Thrones?
10.
10 years?
I would imagine so. After season 1, there was definitely a space and time before season 2, and then after 7 to 8, because just like Westworld wasn't immediately picked up when season 1 finished.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Well, I thought it was, but they just said it wasn't coming back for a year. Like once it finished, it got good ratings. They said yeah, but they took off a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To get made.
See, I
make the other
kind
season.
of like don't mind when they just like take their time. Like I don't know if you guys watch Better Call Saul, but like that
Oh, Better Call Saul is
fu-
amazing.
fucking fantastic.
I hear
show.
nothing but good things.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that show's excellent. But like we should have gotten the last season by now based on like when it's aired before, and we haven't yet. Or I don't know if it's his last season, but the next season.
I love it because it puts together like the pieces kind
Dude,
of before.
it's
Yeah,
so good. It
Yeah.
really that show really just stands on its own 2 legs.
Well, that's the same showrunner as Breaking Bad, right? If I'm not mistaken.
It's
Vince-
Peter
Vince
Gould and
Gilligan.
Vince Gilligan.
Yeah, so they know. They obviously know what they're doing when it comes to TV, which is
Gillian
awesome.
or Gillian? Gillian. It's Gillian. You're right. And then like I would say Game of Thrones even like kind of like made HBO a home staple in like the modern time. HBO was a thing. Like
It's
we had
definitely,
Sopranos,
yeah.
we had Boardwalk Empire, and
That's
I think
what made me fall in love with it.
and I think those were like the 2 big shows like pre Game
Yeah.
of Thrones that I think people knew HBO for. But I really think Game of
This
Thrones
was-
put it on the map.
Well, I don't know if I necessarily say that, but I definitely say that is its highlight of the when it comes to 2010s for HBO. It's gonna be Game of Thrones. Now you see them trying to set up new things, like we have the Watchmen series coming, and like there's other stuff that like how are they gonna
Westworld.
replace like what's gonna take this? I mean, I know they're doing the spin-offs or whatever. I don't know how I feel about
we should
those.
talk about
yeah,
that.
we will.
Can
I
I
have it.
interject real quick?
Sure.
It's only been
you
9 years or 8 years.
Did you look it up?
Yeah,
Since the first-
2011 was season 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's-
did they not take a year off with season 2?
No.
Oh, okay.
The only one I think
2011
they've taken
yeah,
off was
it
the last
this
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. Maybe it was that much of a hit. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So when did you all start watching Game of Thrones? I watched season 1 and 2 on demand, and then I watched 3 live.
That was same with me. I think I watched maybe I came in on the second season because I remember watching the entire first season in a day, and then
That's
I
what I
caught
did
up.
with The Walking Dead.
and then I think season 2 was starting, or maybe it was the second, but yeah, it was pretty early. At least season 1 or 2.
I would say season like the end of season 2 when it like ended. Like I think my sister was watching it.
I feel
something
like
like that.
I feel like it's a popular place that a lot of people call on because I feel
that's
like
when the buzz was happening. Yeah.
the buzz, but like not to where it is.
Of
now.
course,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
feel
like there was a buzz, like, yo, check out Game of Thrones.
Where
on
it is
HBO.
now is like parents are like, oh, Game of Thrones, and old people are like, oh, what is Game of Thrones?
Dude, I even feel like everyone watches that show. But
I
what
could
about you,
swear
Christian?
mine's around 4 or 5 because these.
Really?
Yeah, because my parents originally started watching it first. And I was like, oh, you know what? Fuck it, I'll start watching that too.
I'm not watching
And
anything my
then
parents
I started
watch.
watching. I told these 2 I was watching. And
I
they're
got
like,
my mom into it.
Oh my god! So
Finally,
these 2,
yeah.
we had like watch parties like every fucking day. So we would just
Yeah.
marathon
You're welcome to come over for the
episode
watch parties.
after
Yeah.
episode. And we just marathon through the first like 4 seasons.
We have
and
a
then
religious
waited
men
for the
talking
5th to
group.
come out. And then just been
Strict
watching
no
it.
talking rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came in late.
Yeah,
to the
no,
game
we
on
all
this
we.
one, though.
It's funny. It's been so long.
Last
That the
person
last
that
season,
talked, we ended their life.
They're dead.
They're dead.
We're not even gonna tell you they were.
as they say. Yeah, no, I can't. There is something about that. It's like watching, I guess, what people feel like when they're getting ready to watch a fucking football game on Sunday or something. Like you're all fucking like, let's go.
Yeah,
Game of
dude.
Thrones
Like,
is
and
there.
I'll tell you one thing right fucking now. If you're not sitting your ass down on Sunday night with this last season, and you're bitching about getting spoiled, fuck you. You should be watching that show.
Well, no, you
live.
should also.
Dude, I don't
you
give a
think you should
shit.
stay off.
Because
It's
guess
on
what?
them to
You
stay
go
off
to work
Twitter.
and you go to whatever, and everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Twitter's different, but no, you shouldn't be spoiling it for people in the office. Like they should be trying to avoid.
Dude,
Well, that's
yeah,
the
like
difference.
people
That's
are
different.
just
But
gonna
if
talk
you,
about it.
like,
I don't feel bad for you. I'm sorry.
I do.
This show's
well,
huge.
Gooch,
I don't feel bad for you at all.
Gooch,
Go
you're a
watch the
religious
show.
spoiler, so you don't feel bad.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. Your opinion means nothing in this goddamn thing. But no, that's fair. I do think the only reason I usually don't watch shows the day of is because of commercials, like Flash and stuff. I record it and then skip through all the commercials. But Game of Thrones, I'm watching that fucking Sunday night.
Oh yeah.
All the way through at that time. Let's go. And
I might watch the replay of the episode afterwards.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I might feel saucy and
So-
watch it again.
we'll end on this last question.
Yeah, about the miniseries.
Well, I did have one more.
All right,
you know,
let's do that.
we
And
have-
then we'll talk
then
about
we'll
it.
do it.
And then I want
not the
I
miniseries.
have 2 more questions.
Okay, so go ahead.
Favorite episode, if you can pick one.
All right.
We'll do this a quick one.
Do we? I think it might be.
It's quick for me, hard.
Favorite
That's it.
episode's a little like hard to think of, like a lot of things that happen in an episode. So
Yeah.
do favorite moment, maybe.
All right, yeah, that's
Might
fair.
be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little
Favorite
easy.
moment of
And
the
that steals one of my questions.
Still hard home.
Yeah.
Still hard home.
Hard home.
So that whole that whole
That
scene, yeah.
entire thing from the start to where they're breaking through the wall to the end when he raises his arms.
I think Battle of the Bastards for me.
You
Battle
think so?
I was gonna say Battle Bastards is high up there. I do fucking
That kept me in a
love
lot of suspense as to
You
who
want
we
me
were
to
gonna
add-
lose
alright,
that whole time.
I'll let you think. And
this. No, I'm trying to think of what the episode is. It's at the end of the last season when they're all surrounded by all the walkers, and
Really?
Danny comes in and saves them and actually sees the whole army.
Is there 8 episodes? In
I'm
this
gonna
season
go
or
with.
7? It's either 7 or 6.
I'm gonna go with Hold the Door.
I was.
Yeah,
ooh,
I
wow.
was debating between
I
the
think
two.
that's one of my favorite ones. Hold the Door.
I-
Like that
Dude,
gave me
like,
chills.
dude, when I was just like when you were listening to him like gradually go from Hold the Door to Hodor, and it
Yeah.
was, you were just like,
Oh yeah.
what?
I think that has to be up there with like.
No, that's very true. I remember all of us sitting at
favorite.
Supers. I looked around the room and we're all just like,
Yeah.
And Tori, I remember Tori was there. And
she didn't even know what was going on.
She
She
was
was
like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
And she was like still sad. She was like, "What's going on?"
I don't even know what's going on, but it's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, the dog.
And Ian kind of understood because he was watching like.
Yeah, he was getting mad.
Yeah.
Ian started in with us on I don't know season 5 maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Watched from season 5 up to where we were at. He's like, "Dude, I'm watching this whole series," and then he caught up all the way through. Did it? Yeah. He's like, "Now I get what's going on."
Yeah.
It's awesome.
What were your questions?
You got favorite moment?
That one was it. And then
Okay.
what do you think's the role of the Gold Company? What do you think's gonna happen?
Oh, I mean, I think Cersei's gonna lose the Lannister guards to Jaime's command, and my mom's watching Game of Thrones upstairs.
Love it.
And yeah, the Golden Company is essentially gonna become her army, but I feel like they'll turn on her.
You
Like
think-
once they realize like what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, once they
realize
get
what they're fucking fighting against, they're gonna be
Who's the leader of the Gold Company? What's his name?
you said
Strickland, Harry Strickland.
Harry
Yes,
Strickland.
yeah.
Harry Strickland.
Yeah, what a weird like.
That's very
Doesn't sound
regular
like a
person
basic
name.
ass name.
That
Yeah.
sounds like Principal Harry Strickland or something.
Are you sure that's not the actor's name?
Yeah, I feel like the Gold Company's gonna turn on Cersei once they realize like what's really going on.
See, I think at first it's gonna be kind of like a new Jamie and Cersei kind of deal, because I feel like that guy looks so much fucking like Jamie in his original gold, Kingsguard armor, that she's gonna be like new Jamie, and then she's gonna, just be like attached to this guy, and then
See, I
eventually
don't-
we're gonna get to that point where they're gonna all leave.
I think I think she still is in love with Jamie. That's why she didn't kill him.
That's
Yeah.
why I think she's gonna
But, like,
immediately hop to this new guy, because
I
it
don't
looks
think
like
she's
old
like that.
Jamie.
I don't think she'll do a hop.
Nah.
I think she's too.
No?
I
Hip and a hop.
don't think she'll do
Hip
anything.
and a hop.
Hip hop, and we
Hip
don't
and a
stop.
hop.
But I don't know. That's an interesting point. It's interesting. So
So yeah, I think that the last point I wanted to end on is, what do you guys think about the spin-off series that's being developed?
I'm happy about it.
I don't know.
I think it's gonna be an interesting.
I think
thing.
it's gonna fail.
I think it's way too soon.
That's the thing.
I think we're gonna be hungover from.
I'm okay with the idea. I just don't want.
I like the idea. Yeah,
like
exactly.
Actual story.
My thing is,
we're just gonna
let us want it, like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Give us time to not have it, and then us want it, and then it'll probably do better because we want it. Not, it's a year later after Game of Thrones ended. Here's the spin-off show. What? Like,
I mean, we already have to
don't
wait
get me started on Star Wars
for
here.
the final season.
See, I just hope
so
that
why not space it 3 years out?
Like now, people want Game of Thrones for that exact reason.
See, I just hope that they just let you know. It's like, well, look, we're gonna do something. But, it's not necessarily going to be like a year after Game of Thrones is over. They're just letting you know it's like, it's going to happen.
Well, they're starting to cast and stuff, so I think it is going to be like
but they could just take forever to film it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a chance.
They could film
I would
it
love the year before. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They might just film it, hold on to it, and like you said,
they did
for
take
that
the year off.
hype of not having
like
it
3, 4, 5 years. I think it'll do it some good.
Why not? Then they can just film a whole.
Let other shows thrive for a little bit. Like Game of Thrones has kind of had that spot for years.
I think you can't let it go 5 years.
And then to play devil's advocate, you could also say they want to capitalize on the height of what is Game of Thrones.
That's what I'm saying.
Talk right now. Like pretty soon, the old people are gonna forget about it and
Well, I mean, even dude, for example, I don't know if you take this as a good one, but you see the movie Avatar, Blue People Avatar, that made mass amounts of money. It was hype. It was big when it first came out, and now we've waited 10 years, whatever it was, to make literally 10 years to make this follow-up. No one gives a shit. Yeah, and I don't know if that would necessarily happen.
The first fucking movie either, to be honest with you.
I mean, I remember really enjoying it.
I don't really understand why that movie was so popular.
It was the IMAX shit and all that, and I remember going to
I remember that movie just being such a big deal, and I'm like, it was good, but I think the graphics and stuff is really.
But imagine, I don't know if it will ever get to that point, but imagine getting to the point in 5 years, people are like, they're bringing Game of Thrones back? Who gives a fuck? I'm done with that. You guys let it go for 5 years. I don't care anymore.
Well,
but who knows?
That's the thing, too.
I think it could be a flip side. I just don't know. I think give it 2 years.
You wouldn't say that though. You would be on board.
They have talking to me right now.
Yeah, they have a majority of people.
But again, me in 5 years or whoever in 5 years, who knows? I don't. But do they necessarily need to do it the exact year, maybe 2 after? No, I don't think so.
So 3.
But what is the
magic?
I don't know. Beyond this whole spin-off deal, I'm just happy that they're ending it where they are.
I do too.
The way Boardwalk Empire ended, it just left me wanting more. That's what I want from this.
Why's that?
Oh, the end of Boardwalk Empire?
I mean, I haven't seen it, so I just...
care if I spoil it?
No.
The main character, Nucky Thompson,
Nucky Thompson.
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi. Absolutely love him in that role. He is the best head gangster you will ever fucking see on TV. Because he's so skinny and small, but yet everyone's afraid of him. No one fucks with Nucky Thompson. Well, I'm small, skinny guy.
No one fucks.
Yeah, why not?
No one fucks with the nut.
No one fucks with Nucky, bro. And at the end, a whole thing they've been setting up since season 1 with Jimmy Darmody. Because Jimmy Darmody used to be Nucky's right hand, young, enforcer guy. And he took him out because he was getting too dangerous. And all the way at the end, here comes Jimmy Darmody's son walking up the boardwalk to Nucky, who's, been infiltrating Nucky's, inner circle.
Okay.
He's been earning Nucky's trust. He's now his new, right hand young enforcer guy. And at the very end, he comes up to him and he's like, hey, you remember Jimmy Darmody? And brings out the gun and pops him right in the face.
And that's how it ends?
Oh, yeah, and then the FDA, or not the
FBI?
Yeah, no, it's the drug and alcohol.
DEA.
DEA agents come out of nowhere and are like, what the fuck? And it just ends with Nucky staring up into the sky at the name of his club and the DEA agent standing over him.
He didn't know it was over either because I told him the next week.
It just kept looking. It never went to black, and then just credits ran, and I was like, oh shit, he might not be dead. And I'm like, they didn't end it at the normal amount of episodes for the season, so I got my fucking hopes up.
I was like, how about that Boardwalk Empire finale? And he's like, what are you talking about? There was just the mid-season finale last week. They're coming back with more. I'm like,
they always
I was like, Christian, no, they
always
aren't.
did mid-season season finale,
dude,
and they came back
over.
with more, and I was like,
It's
no,
over.
no, it can't be over.
I was like, no, Christian, I saw articles everywhere about the last episode of Boardwalk Empire. That was on last weekend.
Yeah.
The Sopranos.
When did
that
end? Boardwalk Empire, 2013, 14.
14.
It's really that long ago?
Yeah, Sopranos. The ending of
Damn.
Sopranos is like famous just for that like cut off.
Yeah.
I want to watch Sopranos.
Oh my god, I never watched Sopranos, but dude, Boardwalk Empire. Oh.
It seems like a
One
show
of the
I can
best
jive
series.
with being
Yeah.
Italian. I don't know.
Of course.
Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah,
Who doesn't love a good mob story?
It's really awesome.
and now
Italian monster in that
James Gandolfini is dead.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, does that about cover us, I think, right?
I think so.
we covered our question.
I think it's gonna be.
blank.
I think it's gonna be fun to watch this season.
See what happens, yeah.
And we're definitely gonna do. When is it gonna
A
end?
review. I don't know, July,
June?
something like that.
I don't want to think.
We
so.
have a. Did you tell them about the Game of Thrones death pool?
Oh, yeah. So it's like...
I'm gonna create that.
Yeah. So it's like a not March Madness. What would you call it?
You guys
something
you guys betting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're putting $10 on it and
Yeah,
just
I'll
saying...
show you. I'll show you.
We'll show them it after this. Well, yeah. But it's gonna be a whole... It's gonna be a whole, like, cool
I
thing.
might get in on this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So it should be cool.
What was I gonna say? We're talking about so April. Let's count the weeks because I'm actually curious to see when it ends. So
Yeah.
when we do plan.
So it's
like,
April
hot take.
14th.
Do you think they're gonna take a break around Memorial Day or something?
No.
I think they're just gonna go all the way through.
They might.
They might.
They always
usually
do that.
sometimes they do.
They have-
Sometimes
they'll do,
like a rare sometimes because they have in the past. If I can find my calendar. Yeah.
So it starts the 14th. So it'd be the 14th, the 21st, the 28th. That's 3.
14th,
And then the 5th, 12th, and the 19th.
So June 19th.
It's
is the
ending.
last
It's
one.
ending before Memorial Day.
It's ending before Memorial Day.
So no, we're going straight through. So
Yeah.
what's coming out in May? Any movies? No.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well,
Oh, wait. Is Infinity War coming
Yeah.
out May?
shit. It looks like we're doubling up.
Yeah,
for
we'll do movies
in
and TV.
May. No
Yeah.
games.
That sounds good to me. Fuck Infinity War.
Oh God, Mortal Kombat. Shit.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat. Yeah, alright. That's awesome.
Alright.
So next month, we are doing... What are we doing? Do we have anything set up already? We have
Shazam.
PAX, Shazam,
and
Sekiro. Yeah. So that should be a lot of fun. We got PAX next weekend. We'll
Yeah.
put some stuff on the socials. You'll see us out there.
I
Should
like
be a good
Shazam.
time.
I thought it was pretty fun.
Dude, it
Wait,
was a lot of
you went with them?
Shazam.
Yeah, these two,
Shazam was amazing.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Dude, it was a lot of fun. I really...
Loved it.
I think I
Is
might...
it
I thought it was fun.
Is it gonna tickle
I thought it
my
was
Batman v Superman
No.
penis?
No, it's not going to tickle. Like, I think it's...
not at all.
No,
I
I
said that
actually
as a
think
joke,
there's
right?
some like surprisingly dark things in it that like I really enjoyed. But
Yeah, I'm
I think
looking
you'll like it. I hope you will, anyways.
Maybe
But I think
maybe I'll
that-
just go see it alone. Wow.
I mean, honestly, I might go see it a second time with you. I don't care.
Okay.
But I think that about wraps us up. Thank you all for watching. If you've been watching live, we do appreciate it. You can find us on Facebook.com/Delco Network. Our YouTube channel, just search Delco Nerd Network on there. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Delco Nerds on there. We're on audio formats, also podcasts, iTunes, Google Play. Leave us reviews on there. It helps, boosts our viewing stuff, gets us on the charts. But for Super, for John, for Gooch, stay nerdy, guys. We'll see you next time. I've been Trio. Thanks for watching.